Welcome back to another episode of the Tan and J-Man Show. I'm the J-Man. Sitting next to me, a state over, is the T-Dog, Tanner Lee. How you doing tonight there, T-Dog?
Doing good, J-Man. Glad to have you back this week. Thanks to my dad again for filling in last week, as he has a decent amount of times this year. Always does a good job, but good to have you back.
It's good to be back. You know, it feels like it's been like over a month since I've done this show.
You've been a pretty busy guy.
Yeah, I would say this past week was maybe the least I've watched sports since I was born. Honestly.
Wow.
I would say I watched maybe a combined 4 or 5 innings of the Cubs the entire week, which is very unlike me. But it's good to be back. I've kind of I've stayed in tune with the sports world, even though I haven't watched much.
Kept your finger on the pulse, as they say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But for everybody who might be watching and notice, Josh is in a different room. Josh and his wife Megan, along with their beautiful little girl Addie, bought a house. So
yes, officially homeowners.
Yes, congratulations.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. A lot of work that my wife has done the bulk of. So all the credit goes to her.
Moving's never fun.
No, we literally, there was a point where we look at each other and said, we're never doing this again, right? And hopefully, I was texting a good friend of the show, Aaron Lynch, yesterday, and he said he felt the same way. And he said to his wife, "Next move I make is to the grave." And
that sounds like an Aaron Lynch thing to say.
Which is a very Aaron Lynch thing to say, and I couldn't agree more. Next move I'm going to make is to the grave.
It's just not fun. No matter what, how you slice it, it's just not fun. Not fun. But you got through it. You're getting all settled in. It's all good. All good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Stuff. Well, I brought some birdie or bogey with me tonight, but it's a little different than usual. I have 2 different questions.
Okay.
I'm going to let you pick which one you want to answer. And the other one I'm going to give you anyway.
Okay. Are you going to give me the question, or are you going to give me like a category, and then I got to choose which one?
I'll give you both questions. They're both baseball related, and they're both All-Star related. I just couldn't decide which one I wanted to do, so I'm like, I'm going to switch it up.
All right.
I'm going to let him choose, and then I'll give him the other one just for kicks and giggles anyways. The first one, who has pitched in the most All-Star games ever? Second one, who's the only player to win an All-Star MVP and a World Series MVP in the same season?
Oh, man. I'm not choosing that one. I'm going to choose the most pitching appearances in an All-Star game.
You want to take a crack at the MVP one, though, for kicks and giggles?
MVP of the All-Star game and MVP of the World Series in the same year. Man. Can you give me a century?
It's happened in the 2000s.
Oh, okay. All right. That's a decade, so that's even better. So thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
2000s World Series MVPs in the 2000s. Let me think on it and get back to you.
All right. That's fair. Not letting you off the hook. You're going to answer one way or the other.
I know.
But
Birdie or Bogey is brought to you by Arlington Public House for great cuisine, cocktails, casual atmosphere, located 703 Main Street in Rochester, Indiana.
Yep, they were active this past week on social media. They had their ramen like they do every Wednesday. They had their Taco Thursday, their House Taco Thursday going on. And over the weekend, they had happy hour, of course, which is Tuesday through Saturday, 4 to 5. Half off all appetizers, $3 off adult beverages. But they also had the weekend feature was prime rib, choice of potato, soup, or salad.
Man, that's right up my alley, I tell you what.
Yep. So, you can't go wrong with anything there. Tuesday open Tuesdays through Saturday.
What is we've talked about preferred method of cook, like when it comes to meat. Like I think we're both medium rare guys.
I'm more medium, but I like medium rare more than I do medium well.
Agreed. Yeah. Because sometimes when you order like medium rare, it's a little too rare for my taste.
Yeah.
Where if you order medium, a lot of times if I can handle it if it's not
right
too medium.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's a skosh over medium, I struggle with it.
Skosh.
But what is your preferred potato style? When it comes, like, if you're sitting down with a steak, what is your preferred? Because I mean, when I'm thinking like cheeseburgers, I want French fries.
Yeah, that's right. But,
steak is a little different.
Well, a lot of times I'm a child, so a lot of times I take French fries over any kind. But with the steak, I honestly, especially if it's at a restaurant, if it's at home, we like to do mashed potatoes.
Sure.
But if it's at a restaurant, give me a baked potato.
I was just about to say, give me a loaded baked potato with cheese and bacon, and I like sour cream.
But it just seems like every time we try to do baked potatoes at home, they just don't turn out as good. I don't know. Take forever. I don't have patience when it comes to cooking a lot of times. So
I'm not a big cook a potato sort of guy at home.
Yeah.
I'll throw in some French fries in the air fryer, or if you can get those like Bob Evans like mashed potatoes or something, throw them in the microwave.
We do like the instant ones. You boil water, you dump the powder in. That's what I did tonight. I cooked pork chops on the Blackstone, and then did the 4 cheese instant potatoes. Yeah,
pretty
good.
Yeah. I also like to throw in a twice baked potato there in the mix every once in a while too.
Yeah. Now my dad's a big fan of au gratin potatoes. Like the cheese potatoes, those are like one of his favorite foods.
So's my wife. She loves au gratin potatoes, and it seems like I should like them because they're pretty much just cheesy potatoes.
Yeah.
But some about them, it's just not my favorite.
I like them, but it's not my preferred go-to type of potato.
Yeah, but I love
good
potatoes.
Question. Good question. Yeah. You want to hear the trivia question my wife wanted me to give you?
Yes, let's hear
it. I was too scared to ask it because, for one, it's kind of off the wall. Sports related, it's off the wall. And two, I just wasn't able to fact check it. Like, what current NFL player owns the most expensive home?
Oh man, that's a good question. Did you actually find an answer for it?
I found it at multiple places, but I still wasn't confident enough to. I feel like somebody could have just bought one this offseason and it just hadn't been reported. So I mean,
immediately you think of the rich guys.
Yeah. This person's rich. Yeah. They're all rich, J-Man. What are you talking about?
They are, but what like I'm thinking like ridiculously rich.
Yeah.
But Patrick Mahomes doesn't seem like a guy that would have like the most expensive house. I figured it probably wasn't him. Quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Figured. All right. Can't imagine it's a guy like Kirk Cousins, even though he's made a ton of money. Man, who would have a ridiculously expensive house? Quarterbacks. Is it a guy like Matthew Stafford?
Good guess, but no.
I was thinking L.A. because those houses are ridiculous up there. Lamar Jackson? Baltimore, I don't think. Yeah.
No.
Man, who plays good? It's not Aaron Rodgers, is it?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
In Malibu, $28 million house he bought in 2023.
$28 million house in Malibu.
He passed. Tom Brady had a $25 million one. Russell Wilson's was just behind that. His one in Denver, which he lived in for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, not very long.
That thing had 12 bathrooms in it. Russell's there.
I'm good with 2.5, honestly.
I mean, you laugh. You're like, why?
Yeah.
Like, I guess because you can.
That's all it is. Just because you can't. Now, paying $28 million for a house in Malibu would be pretty sweet, but like a 12-bedroom house in like, I don't know, the middle of Michigan or something like that. I mean, who cares? That's just that's just a lot of bathrooms for bathroom's sake.
Yeah.
Just for fun. But 12 bathrooms, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to clean all those bathrooms, I'll tell you.
Well, let's be honest, they don't clean their own bathrooms
Yeah, that's a good point.
or wash their own windows. I bet it had a lot of windows, that house. So,
Probably, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do any of the cleaning. I'm sure they don't.
yeah, yeah. But what do you want to start with tonight, J-Man? It is All Star Week.
It
You want to
is.
talk some baseball?
Sure. It's my least favorite week of the year, I think, because there's really nothing on. The All Star game's kind of fun. I mean, the home run derby we have tonight, and then the game tomorrow.
I did see
But
the game. I like that the players are wearing their own jerseys again for the first time since 2019.
I'm very happy with
Yeah.
that because they make these generic, National League, American League jerseys, and it takes away because they've done that in the NBA too, where they had a generic, league jersey instead of their actual ones, but it makes it more special to have your actual jersey on out there. But yeah, as I said, hate this week. Um, it, it's just it is the only time of the year where at least not or there's not at least one of the main four sports going right.
Yeah.
Which is there's not a single baseball game regular season or hockey or basketball or football or anything like that. So it's kind of a week to rest. But yeah, baseball. I was thinking today, maybe I should give like a letter grade to each team now that we're in kind of the end of the first official half, even though they're more than halfway through the game. So I think I'm going to go and do that real quick. I haven't thought about it, so it's stream of consciousness. I haven't even looked at the standings here recently, and some of these things, at least one of these divisions, is kind of shocking. Who's winning it right now? I didn't even realize, and that's the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Winning the American League East. They are 14 games over 500. No one's talking about them. I'm giving them an A plus.
They started out trash.
They did, and then they got hot.
Yeah.
And I don't really know. I didn't see it coming, nor have I really followed it enough to have any input.
They could be one of those teams where they're sneaking up on everybody. Nobody talks about them. Come October, they're in the World Series.
Yeah. I mean, they have the offense to do it. They need some pitching, which they have some firepower at the deadline to go and get good pitching. So they are a team to watch out. They have the third best record in the American League, which makes sense considering they are a division winner or a division leader at this point. So I'm giving them an A plus. The New York Yankees kind of limped to the finish line a little bit. Have not played
last year too.
Over the past couple of weeks, find themselves 2 games behind the Toronto Blue Jays, 10 games under 500. I'm giving them a C. Obviously, you lose Garrett Cole for the season in March. That stings significantly. I mean, but you're getting, an elite, unbelievable, another MVP year from Aaron Judge. But Volpe hasn't taken the next step. Goldschmidt was great the first month and a half of the year. He hasn't done much since. Cody Bellinger's been pretty solid for him. Giancarlo Stanton's back, but he hasn't really been doing a whole lot.
He'll be hurt here in about 2 weeks. Just wait.
Yeah, he's made of glass.
Yep.
Austin Wells is having a down season, so they've been kind of disappointing.
Yeah, I did see Judge is the quickest to 350 home runs in his career.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame that he didn't really become a legitimate, full season major leaguer till he was 25, or we'd be talking, 600 homers. But he's 33 years old, so that might be tough to get to, assuming he doesn't age, which most baseball players age very poorly. So it'll be interesting to see how he's able to continue to do it, but he keeps doing it.
Last week, I doubt you. I mean, you were so busy. I doubt you even got a chance to listen to the show. But my dad and I were talking about Kershaw becoming the latest guy to get 3,000 career strikeouts.
Yeah.
And the next closest is still a ways away. And we were wondering if, we'll ever see it again, particularly because guys get pulled after 5 or 6 innings anymore. Yeah. How about you just mentioned 600 home runs in our lifetime? Are we ever going to see somebody eclipse 600?
Man, it's so much harder to hit these days than it was back during the steroid era. I don't know. There's not really a guy that you look at right now that maybe a Juan Soto can get there because he's still very young. He would be about the only guy I can think of. Ronald Acuna Jr., he came up early, but he's been hurt. Mike Trout was on pace, but then he kept getting hurt, and he's not going to do it anymore. He hasn't even hit 400 yet. He should this year, I think. But that's a good question. I don't think we'll ever see a 300 game winner again. Because it's, again, they don't go more than 5 or 6 innings anymore, and they don't really throw complete games like they used to, and they're very, very careful because they're so concerned about pitchers' arms falling off and getting hurt. So there's a decent amount of baseball accolades and milestones, I should say, that I don't think we'll ever see again that we used to see a decent amount. But yeah, Judge has a very good shot to get to 500. I think if his career ended today, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer regardless, because he has been fantastic in his career, and that was a very, very good draft pick by the Yankees. Speaking of the draft, it is going on the past 2 days in Major League Baseball. And Judge was, I think he was picked in the late 20s, and he's turned into a Hall of Fame level player, so that doesn't happen very often. So kudos to him in the Yankees scouting department. But disappointing year for the team
so far.
After all that, so far.
This is about where they were sitting last year.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of limped in, and then they, got hot and went to the World Series. But
we'll see.
Up to this point, it's been kind of disappointing. They had a pretty sizable lead there for a little bit, and it just kind of whittled away. But arguably right now, if they are the hottest team in baseball, I would say the Boston Red Sox have won 9 in a row and find themselves only 3 games out of the American League East. To this point, I'm giving the Red Sox an A. I mean, you deal with the whole Rafael Devers situation in spring training, and then again in May, and then you ship him off last month. And Garrett Crochet has been unbelievable pickup from the Chicago White Sox this past offseason in a trade. And he has been arguably the best, if not the second best at least, pitcher in the American League so far this year. So I'm giving them an A. The Tampa Bay Rays were hot there in June, and now they've kind of fallen back to 3 games above 500. I'm going to give them a C as well, because there weren't C plus. I'll be generous, because there weren't too many high expectations for them, and they've been okay.
I mean, they were in the wild card. They were in a wild card spot just 2 weeks ago. So
they were. So the past couple weeks has kind of been a struggle for them. But, the Baltimore Orioles get a big fat F from the J-Man's rankings. Young, talented team. Ownership decided to spend no money in they didn't even attempt to go after Corbin Burns in the offseason to keep him on that pitching staff. Pitching's been abysmal. You've seen guys like Gunnar Henderson and Adley Rutschman take steps back this year. Just disaster. You fire your manager in June, and it's been disgusting to watch. And it's on ownership. They haven't wanted to spend money, and you have this young team that's 2 years away, 2 years past just winning 100 plus game removed. Thank you from winning 100 plus games, and very disappointing.
I remember going into last year, my big question mark was them is how can they handle success?
Yeah.
2 years ago, like you said, they won 100 plus games, and I'm not saying it's on the players per se, but yeah, the franchise obviously doesn't know how to handle success because they're not spending money. So
and it's a common theme in baseball.
Where
owners just don't want to spend the money, which is disgusting. And I think we are heading towards a lockout December 2026. When the current CBA expires, and I think there will be a salary cap implemented. Players don't want it. Owners obviously definitely want it, because a lot of these small markets can't compete with the Dodgers, and that's a big talking point. So moving on to the AL Central, the Detroit Tigers, I'm giving them an A plus. Fantastic start to the season. I've seen Tiger fans on Twitter start to freak out though, because they saw their 14-game division lead whittled down to 11.5 this week. And you guys had about 10 years of suck there, and just enjoy this season right now. But I'd be the same way, because Cubs went 5-15 over their final 20 games in 2016 heading up to the All Star break, and I was on, DEFCON 1. So I get it, but they get an A+ from me. Minnesota Twins, I'm giving a D. They're 11.5 out. Kansas City Royals, I'm giving them an F. They had a lot of hype coming in, and they have stunk. Cleveland Guardians, I'm going to give them a D as well. They've stunk. Chicago White Sox, they're an F, but F+.
D-. D-.
I was thinking about it, but I'm going to go F+.
All right.
So they're a lot better than last year, but that's an insanely low bar to clear.
Yeah.
The lowest bar you could possibly clear. Yet somehow they're 9.5 games better than the Rockies this year, which is
I was gonna say, wait till we get to their grade.
Houston Astros, I'm giving them an A.
Yeah.
They they lose Kyle Tucker, lose Alex Bregman. Yordan Alvarez has barely played this year. Verlander's with the Giants. They just have a culture there of winning, and they don't even have to cheat to do it these days. So kudos to them. Seattle Mariners, I'm giving a B. They need some work at the deadline, especially offensively. I mean, you have the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, who's in the home run derby tonight. Best nickname in sports, in my opinion. And has 40 homers already, I believe. And they need to give him some help. They can really pitch, but they really need some offensive help.
Man, how many you got to end up with?
I know if he's already at 40, let's see. He's on. I want to fact check myself to make sure he actually got to 40. He's at 38, so still. It's a lot of homers, and he has 82 RBIs. He has a good shot to get to 60, honestly, and we don't see that too often, especially from the catcher position. Play every day behind the. Yeah, I think he'll break the all-time catcher home run record.
What is that?
I would assume it's Mike Piazza.
I'll check,
but I'm not 100% sure. Texas Rangers, I'm giving a D. They're old. They're hurt all the time. They had one good season, and they happened to win a World Series. So the LA Angels are only 2 games under 500, which is better than what they have been for about 12 years now. So I'm going to give them a C.
The most home runs in a single season by a catcher, Salvador Perez in 2021, 48.
48, yeah.
Johnny Bench at 45 in 1970. Javi Lopez at 43 in 2003.
I remember that. That was
Todd Hundley at 41, 96 for the Mets. So Piazza's down at 40. Ray Campanella had 41 in 1953. But Piazza's had 40 2 different times, 38.
Yeah.
36 2 different times. I mean, he's 35. He's by far the best power catcher hitter of all time.
Yeah, Sal Perez just did it like 2 years ago, didn't he? 2 or 3 years ago?
2021.
4 years ago already. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also had 121 RBIs.
He had a great year that year, and the team stunk.
My goodness. Johnny Bench in 1970 when he had 45 home runs at 148 RBIs.
Guys drove in runs back in the day. They don't do that as much anymore. Pitching is a lot different nowadays.
Yeah. But Javi Lopez.
I remember that came out of nowhere.
He had 43 home runs in only 457 plate appearances. That's wild.
Like
129 games.
That's like a 10. That's a 10% home run rate.
150 hits and 109 RBIs. Wow.
Yeah, I remember he had an unbelievable year, and he was never able to replicate that. He was a good player.
Yeah,
but he'd hit more like 18 to 25.
Yeah,
43.
Yeah.
Sacramento Athletics, although they don't like to be called Sacramento Athletics, they just like to be called the A's. F. Ownership.
Yeah, so much for my wild card pick for them.
Feel bad for the players. It's a terrible situation there. Philadelphia Phillies leading the NL East. I'm going to give them a B+. They've kind of been up and down and up and down and up and down. But, hey, they're in first place. Mets are a half game behind them. I'm going to give them a B-. We're great for 2 months. Haven't been nearly as good here past month and a half, but they should be okay. Miami Marlins are in third place, 2 games ahead of the Braves. For third place there. Not good, but grading on a curve a little bit. I'm going to give them a C because they weren't supposed to be very good. And I assume they'll tail off soon, but they haven't yet. Braves, big fat F. Disappointing year for them. They're hosting the All-Star game, All-Star week, I should say, this week. And it will be fun to watch. The home run derby, especially tonight. but they stink. Nationals, I'm going to give them a D minus. They weren't supposed to be very good anyway, but they've seen the player burst into superstardom in James Wood. He's in the home run derby tonight, and insane power. He's 6'7" and just hits the ball so hard.
Is he your pick?
This will be the J-Man's book and prediction of the week.
Look at that.
I was waiting for some home run derby talk. He is my pick. I think he is set up to win a home run derby because he's so dang strong and has insane bat speed. But watch out for Ronald Acuna Jr., the hometown guy there with the Braves. Ton of power as well. Cal Raleigh, as I said, is in it. But I don't think I don't think his game will translate to a batting practice sort of format. O'Neal Cruz is another guy to watch out, though. He hits the ball so incredibly hard for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he's in it tonight. So, but J-Man's Book and Bridge of the Week brought to you by Travis Watchering Insurance Agency for life, home, auto, business, renters, workers' comp, and farm insurance. Contact Travis 219-869-4561.
I'm going with Jazz Chisholm. He has the worst odds, but I'll go with Jazz.
Hey, you put some money on that, and
I should.
The biggest bang for your buck.
I should.
I would be shocked if he finishes anywhere but last, honestly.
Hey, I never thought Robinson Cano was going to win the year he won.
That's a good point. Maybe it'll shock us.
Then he hit 0 the following year.
Yeah, I remember that. Moving on to the NL Central, the Chicago Cubs, 18 games over 500. I'm going to give them an A. I know it's a biased take, but I think unbiased listeners or lookers would also probably give them an A. I mean, you've seen Pete Crow Armstrong burst into superstardom. Kyle Tucker be as consistent gets. Dansby Swanson's had a great year. Michael Busch, all-star snub Michael Busch, has the highest OPS of any first baseman in baseball, and he missed the All-Star game. In fact, he has the highest OPS of any player to not be named an All-Star since 2010. So absolute joke that they took. I understand why Freddie Freeman got there, and I, on the surface, know why Matt Olson got a spot too because he's an Atlanta Brave. But Michael Busch deserved a spot, as did Seiya Suzuki. 25 homers, career high in RBIs already. Seen a career year from him. Carson Kelly's having a career year. Nico Horner's having a good year. They're all having good years. Need some significant pitching help at the deadline, but I'm giving them an A. Milwaukee Brewers, I'm going to give them an A+. They are a pain in my backside and have been for about 8 years now. They are, if the Red Sox aren't the hottest team in baseball, it's the Milwaukee Brewers. They won 6 in a row this week, including sweeping the LA Dodgers. And Cubs, who have played pretty good baseball here the past 3 or 4 weeks, have seen their 6.5 game lead dwindle down to 1 just because the Brewers just feel like they aren't losing. Now, on the flip side, Cubs have the 3rd easiest schedule in baseball the rest of the way, while the Brewers have the 2nd hardest schedule. So hopefully, for me, it will flip. St. Louis Cardinals, 51-46, 6.5 games back. I'm going to give them a B+. I had them finishing last in the division at the beginning of the year, and they have exceeded expectations, and I think they are a team that will fall back a little bit, but I've been saying that since mid-May, and they really haven't. So B+ for them. Cincinnati Reds, I had them finishing 2nd in the division, and they have been disappointing so far. I'm going to give them a C-. They have too much talent, especially on the pitching side of things, to continue to struggle, but something's amiss there with that Cincinnati Redlegs ball club. Pittsburgh Pirates, I'm going to give them a D-. So much pitching and so little offense. Paul Skeens has an ERA under 2, and he only has 4 wins, which should completely eliminate the pitcher wins, talking point of, does it really matter? No, it doesn't matter. He is elite, and he's starting the All-Star game. Give him an F. Dodgers, I'm going to give them an A-. They haven't been all world like we thought they would, but here they are with the 2nd best record in the entire league of baseball. So Padres, I'm going to give them a B. Giants, a B. Diamondbacks, a D. And the Rockies, a Z. I'm going to give them a Z.
The only good thing the Rockies did, they drafted Ethan Holiday, and they might as well just bring him up right now and play him.
That poor kid. playing for that franchise. But cool to see a legacy there for sure. I
Yep.
figured because he had a lot of he's probably going to go number one overall for 3 months now, and to see him slide. I mean, he slid from
1 to
first
4.
overall to fourth. That's not really a slide. To go to the Rockies is pretty cool, and maybe it'll get. I mean, fan interest is still pretty good, even though they stink. They still have
opposing fan interests. Opposing fans show up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the real the casuals show up, but I think the diehards. I don't know if they're showing up right now. I think they're
Probably
trying to take a stand.
It'd be hard to show up. I mean, you're 22-74, 35 and a half games back. They fired Bud Black, who was 7-33, and then the interim's 15-41.
Yeah,
so it's not
Bud
like he's that much better.
No.
Yeah. They're terrible. Hunter Goodman had a really good year. Has had a really good year behind the plate, and he was their lone all-star, as he should be, because he's having a legitimate pretty good year. Getting nothing from first base or second or short. Ryan McMahon has a big name for some reason, but he stinks.
I've never really understood that. He kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of a holdover, I guess, from some of the other big names leaving over the years. I don't know.
And maybe that's why he's guilty by association, because he was there with Chuck Blackman and Arenado.
Right. He's been there a while.
Guys. So maybe that's why he has trade buzz, but I think he's terrible. I've never thought he's good. Outfield's brutal. Pitching's always brutal. I mean, they have a 5.6 ERA this year as a team. Antonio Cinzatella, who has been one of their better starting pitchers in his tenure there, has given up 140 hits in 91 innings. German Marquez, who's probably been their opening day starter about 5 times, has given up 122 hits in 95 innings. Kyle Freeland, who had one good year, has given up 116 hits.
Been there about a million years. Yeah.
Good Lord. They have 2 pretty good relievers that might be able to generate some buzz and get them something at the deadline, but that's about it.
I was going to say, they never get to their relievers, though. That's the problem.
That is the problem. They're good relievers. They definitely don't get to them, but they stink.
They are awful. They are worse than awful. Yeah. Laughing stock of sports. Yep. Well, that's good. Good assessment, J-Man. I like the letter grades. That's a good segment. That was good stuff.
I appreciate it.
I do have a recap here from loyal listener Sean Shriver. Actually sent this to my dad and I this morning. And I haven't read it because I was waiting for it to read it on the show. Here's where we stand at the All-Star break. American League, AL Central, Detroit has a commanding 11.5 game lead. It would take a significant setback. AL West, Houston has a strong 5-game lead on Seattle. Seattle is the only other team capable of catching the Astros. AL East, this is the most competitive division with 4 teams very much alive. After a surprising June run, Toronto holds a 2-game lead over the Yankees, 3 over Boston, and 5.5 over Tampa. AL wild card, the Yankees, Boston, and Seattle would be the wild card. Tampa is a 1.5 back as a Seattle. Seattle, Texas, Angels, Minnesota, Kansas City, and Cleveland are still holding on to hope with all or 4.5 games or less behind Seattle. Okay. Boston was with Seattle. I read that wrong. NL West, Dodgers are 5.5 game lead over San Diego and 6 over Giants, but it seems bigger. He said he gives San Diego and the Giants a slim shot of overtaking LA, 2% chance. In NL East, he has a feeling this one will go to the last day. The Phillies have a half-game lead over the Mets. The other 3 teams are out of it. NL Central, the Cubs hold an uncomfortable 1-game lead over the Brewers. I'd give the Cubs a 55% chance of holding on. Cardinals and Reds have a slim chance, but it would take historic runs. NL wild card, Brewers, Mets, and Padres would be your current wild card. I'd say that Giants, Cardinals, Reds, and Diamondbacks are within distance. There's your midseason summary.
I like it. Sounds like the Diamondbacks are now open for business, though. So it sounds like they're kind of shopping Merrill Kelly and Zach Gallen and Eugenio Suarez and a couple other guys. So could see them falling back. I want the Cubs to go and raid that team because they have some talent. Especially, I would love Eugenio Suarez. I know the Cubs are done with the Diamondbacks this year, but he is the biggest Cub killer. And I've talked about it. I think I talked about it 2 weeks ago on the show, how I would love him and Cubs uniform, so at least Cubs would never have to play him the rest of the year. Because if he gets traded, who knows?
One of these days, I'm gonna have to do some sort of blind ranking with Cub killers.
Yeah. Current Cub killers. Paul Goldschmidt would be on there. He hasn't done much lately, but he was a big Cub killer. Eugenio Suarez is number one. Public enemy number one.
Well, you better hope somebody doesn't get in the Cardinals jersey or something. Or Brewers.
Yeah, Brewers is a possibility. Cardinals, unless they have Arenado there, and maybe they'd want Suarez.
He has no trade clause, though.
He does, yeah. But it'll be interesting to see what they do with him, because I know they're kind of interested. And there's so many Cubs and Arenado rumors that I can't see Cubs and Cardinals making a trade. I don't think they've made a trade since 2013. They traded Deoner Navarro, catcher, to the Cardinals. It's been a long time. Cubs, you don't make too many intra-division trades anyway, but especially to your bitter rivals.
Yep. You want to get educated?
I do.
About
always.
Some sporting events that have happened on July 14th. Let's see here. Oh, boy. On this day, 1951, the first color telecast of a sporting event took place when CBS aired a horse race.
Really? Horse racing was the first colored telecast?
Yep.
I wouldn't have guessed horse racing. I would have guessed like football or something.
And it was in his last race, the 1948 Triple Crown champion Citation won the Hollywood Gold Cup by 4 lengths to become American Racing's there we go, first millionaire horse.
Dang.
Some Tour de France. Tour de France.
I'm telling you, this week is rough, sports-wise.
On his day in 1967, Houston Astro Eddie Matthews hit his 500th career home run.
Pretty good. Hall of Famer.
On this day in 1968, Brave Hank Aaron hit his 500th home run.
He was also pretty good. Not too shabby.
Got some All-Star game. On this day in 1974, Billy Martin, that was the manager for the Rangers at the time, he's ejected by the umpire from 2 games in one day during the doubleheader with Milwaukee.
That's something only Billy Martin could accomplish.
Yep. On this day, 1978, umpire Doug Harvey ejected Don Sutton after discovering 3 scuffed balls.
Ah.
On this day, 1987, the Rookie of the Year award was renamed to honor Jackie Robinson.
What year was that?
1987.
Wow. I thought it was more recent than that.
On this day, 1988, Mike Schmidt passed Mickey Mantle with his 537th home run into 7th career place, which I'm sure that's not that anymore.
No.
On this day, 1995, LA Dodger Ramon Martinez no-hit the Florida Marlins 7-0. He gave me some All-Star games, but doesn't tell me like MVPs or anything, so that's boring. That's going to do it for this week's On This Day, which is brought to you by Moody Wood Laser Crafts. Moody Wood Laser Crafts is a veteran-owned and operated woodcraft shop based out of Texas with Indiana grassroots. They provide 100% hand-cut custom designs to fit your needs, and their pieces are a great addition to the home, office, or man cave. You can see some of their recently completed projects by visiting them at Mooney Wood Laser Crafts on Instagram and on Facebook. And if you let them know the Tan and J-Man Show sent you, you get 15% off your first sign order. So that was nice enough. He's back in our hometown this week visiting family. He was nice enough to drop off some patches at my parents' house. So now I need to go grab some plain hats, and I can have some Tan and J-Man Show, some new Tan and J-Man Show logoed hats.
Nice.
on the pod to wear. So yeah. So pumped to get those on the pod here in the next couple of weeks. So go check that out. Like I said, tell them the Tan and J-Man Show sent you 15% off your first sign order.
Blind ranking. It is Major League Baseball draft related, and I have 5 guys here that have been taken number 1 overall in the 21st century since 2000. Okay. Starting with Bryce Harper.
Man, he's been really, really good. I don't remember a baseball player coming up in high school that has much hype as Bryce Harper. I remember hearing about him in Sports Illustrated for kids and different things. There was legendary stories of him hitting the back wall of Tropicana with an aluminum bat at a young age. He's been awesome. He's been a World Series champ. He's been numerous time All Star. He's been MVP. I'm going to put him at number 1.
Interesting. I don't think he is a World Series champ.
Is he not? Was he not on the Nationals team?
I think that was his first year with the Phillies.
Oh, shoot.
Now I'm looking it up because I'm trying to fact check myself.
Shoot.
Yeah, that was his first year with the Phillies because I remember thinking, man, that's got to suck to leave. Yeah, but hey, no.
I'm still leaving him at 1.
All right. Garrett Cole.
Stud ace. Unfortunately hurt this year. He's good in Pittsburgh. He's been good in New York. I don't know who else you have up to your sleeve, so I'm putting him at 3.
All right. Steven Strasburg.
Man, when he was healthy, he was so good. That was the problem.
Yes, he was.
Couldn't stay healthy. He was good at San Diego State. Hyped coming out of college. Put him at 4.
All right. Yes, Harper was the most hyped high school player I can remember, and Strasburg the most hyped college player I can remember. And they were back-to-back drafts. The Nationals, yeah. David Price.
Good career. Underrated, I think. I don't think enough people give him his flowers. But I think you have a real heavy hitter in the holster for your 5th selection, so I'm putting him at 5.
All right. Joe Mauer.
All right, number 2. If I could re-rank it, I don't know if he's number 2, but according to my good friend, my co-host right here, the sweetest swing he's ever seen, Joe Mauer, back in 2010.
I blacked out when I said that.
It was mainly Joe Mauer.
Yeah, it was mainly because I didn't want to say Griffey because our good friend Andrew would have been happy with that, and I don't like to see
would have.
Andrew happy with his sports takes.
Fair enough.
If I were to rank him, I'd have Joe Mauer 1, and I'm not just saying that to be funny. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
he's the only guy on the list that's currently a Hall of Famer, and I think the only guy on the list.
You don't think Bryce Harper's a Hall of Famer?
He's not yet, but Mauer's currently in.
Okay. I got what you're saying.
Yeah. Harper, I think, has a very good case. I think Garrett Cole will have a case as well when his career ends.
Yeah.
But I'd probably go Mauer, Harper, Cole, Strasburg, Price, I think.
Yeah, those two could almost be flip-flop. But
yeah. It was a tough list.
Yep. So. Yep. Good list, though. And I couldn't have told you. I knew Strasburg or Harper went 1. I could not have told you the other 3 went 1.
Yeah. So. Mauer went 1. Mark Pryor went 2 that year. That's what I remember. Because the Twins had the number 1 pick, and Joe Mauer was from St. Paul. So it was kind of a big deal back in the day. So
I remember Mark Pryor being very hyped up coming out of USC.
Yeah, I would say, Pryor was very, very hyped, and I think Strasburg and Pryor were very similar hype coming out of.
This is really random, but I never have thought about it. Did Kerry Wood go to college?
No.
Okay.
And he was probably, I was about to say that's probably why he didn't stay healthy, but if he goes to college, they'd have him throwing 150 pitches too. But there was legendary stories that back in high school, his high school coach would have him out there and he'd be throwing 190 pitches each time out. And you can't get away with that today, or you'll be ridiculed heavily. Yeah. But no, he was from Texas, high school. Nasty stuff now, though. But although his stuff today would probably be, it'd be good, but it wouldn't be the elite, unbelievable stuff that it was back in the 90s. But what could have been?
Yep. say about him and Pryor, and especially
Yep.
together. But
Yep.
that is the blind ranking segment, which is brought to you by, like as every week, Performa Print 2 Promo Group. If you're looking for a trustworthy, dependable resource for your next trade show, company picnic, or sales meeting, Performa Print 2 Promo Group is over 50 years combined experience in promotional products and commercial print. They strive for fast and efficient response to all your print needs, so you need to look no further. Let them be your one-source print and promotional company today by giving Barbara Van Weinsberg a call at 574-210-3815.
Been thinking about that stupid trivia question that you gave me, and
Yes.
I still cannot think of even who won World Series MVPs. So I am gonna throw out. I don't even know if any of these. Luis Gonzalez. I don't even know
No.
if he even won the World Series MVP. I assume he did. He hit the game-winning hit. I have no idea.
Derek Jeter in 2000.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
That surprised me too.
Glad I didn't pick that one, although I'm going to get a bogey with the other one anyway. So.
Yeah, because that was either a birdie or a bogey. There's no
Yeah.
There's no par since it's a single answer.
Yeah.
I do have some open talk and picks, but we'll do that last. There's something else I want to discuss with you. You might have seen this. It's an ESPN report that came out actually early this morning. Executives, coaches, scouts all ranked NFL's top 10 quarterbacks for this upcoming season. Did you see this?
I did not.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Who do you think's number one?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is number 2.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson is number 4.
Who the heck else is good? Mahomes? He had a bad year.
Yes, Mahomes. He was ranked 1 in this ranking last year. His lowest ranking's been 4.
Come on.
Yep. So who do you think's number 3? This guy was ranked 2 on this ranking last year.
Goff?
No, Goff is on here though. He's ranked 8th. He was 9th on this ranking last year.
Number 2 last year.
Like coming into the season, that's when they do these lists.
Yeah. Why can't I think of any good quarterbacks in the NFL? I have no idea.
Joe Burrow.
Oh, should have thought of that. That's on me.
Number 5. This is the one that I raised the eyebrows at.
Okay, raise the eyebrows. Herbert.
Herbert's on here. He's number 7.
Is he the most overrated quarterback in the NFL?
I think he is, but he's good. But
he's good.
And I know my dad's gonna throw something at me right now because he loves Herbert. The team's winning. It's not all on the quarterback. I get that, but I don't. Something about the dude. I don't know.
I think he's overrated. You just don't like him because he's a Charger.
That's a big part of the reason.
Dak.
Dak is not in the top 10.
I was gonna say he better not be in the top 10. It surprised you. This person surprised you. CJ Stroud.
He's an honorable mention, not in the top 10 though.
I have no idea.
Jaden Daniels, number 5.
Jeez, I could see them having a bad year. I could see last year was a fluke.
I mean, he's good, but like 5?
Yeah, he's not a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. I'd put Hurts over him.
Hurts is number 9.
Is this a fantasy list or like just a?
It's just they compile a bunch of opinions and kind of.
Because fantasy, okay, maybe I could see a Jaden Daniels being a top 5 sort of guy, but
number 6. You haven't named number 6 yet.
What was Hurts?
9.
6.
6 was he was 5 last year's ranking. I think they keep this ranking going throughout the year. So actually, yeah, I think.
Huh. Number 6. Baker?
Baker's number 10.
Okay. I'm glad he was on the list.
Yep.
Number 6. Good quarterbacks. I'm going through each team in my brain. I don't know.
You've talked about this guy during the pod tonight.
Tonight I have.
At least once you've mentioned his name.
Oh, is it the Kirk Cousins? No, it's not.
No.
Cousins. He's not gonna be a starter. I did mention him though. I remember mentioning him at one point. I don't know.
Matthew Stafford.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and can you name the other honorable mention besides C.J. Stroud? There's one more.
I'm gonna say it's Bo Nix, just because you.
He received votes, but no. Tua received votes, but not Tua. Just to let you know.
I figured it wasn't Tua. I don't know why my mind immediately went to Geno. Brock Purdy.
He received the votes, but no.
I'm so bad at this. I don't know.
Jordan Love. I knew that reaction was
coming. Oh man, that's about as I. Oh man, that's terrible.
Other quarterbacks that receive votes that we haven't already mentioned: Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers, and Kyler Murray.
Interesting. Kind of forget about Kyler.
We talked about him last week. My dad and I saying this is a huge year for him. It's make or break year.
Feels like we've been saying that for a couple of years now.
Yeah. And also around the NFL, this is AFC East implications here. Jets wide receiver Garrett Wilson landed a 4-year, $130 million extension this afternoon.
A lot of money.
Yep.
He's pretty good.
He is pretty good. So, yeah, that's nothing really else newsworthy in the NFL now.
Camp probably starts in 2 weeks, doesn't it?
I think guys start reporting this week.
Oh.
I thought I read that the Broncos
maybe
were
the
Hall
of Fame game's in 2 weeks. I think it's in July, so maybe 2 weeks.
This is an old Dolphin and Bronco here in the news today. Teddy Bridgewater suspended from Miami Northwestern coaching job.
Now, did you see why he was suspended?
I'm reading it right now.
In my opinion, he should be celebrated because he's kind of in an inner city school, and he was paying for like players' Ubers to get to and from practice, paying out of his own pocket for like rehab for some of these guys that are hurt. So I think it's an absolute shame that he was suspended.
Yeah, it is. I did not read. I just saw the headlines. So yeah, you're right. Man, he's younger than we are.
Yeah, he was born in the same year. No, was he?
I
think he was born in 92.
Yeah, he could be. He could be 30, but he's 32 right now. But yeah, he could be turning 33 soon.
Yeah, and he's kind of viewed as like a wily old vet. And we're sitting here talking sports
talking a bunch of gibberish. Nonsense. But all right, before we wrap up and get to the birdie or bogey question again, the 2025 Open Championship is this week. My dad and I talked about it a bunch last week, which was fine. He loves to talk golf, but for some reason, in my head, when I was preparing last week's show, I thought it was last week, even though this week, but it worked out fine anyways. But I thought you would save your bucket prediction for this.
I thought about it, but I decided not to because I feel like, you know what, it's going to be a double bucket week.
Double bucket.
Yeah, I think we can make that work.
Yeah, we can.
It's going to be Bryson.
Yeah.
Bryson's going to win, and he's the kind of guy that I think would find out a curse against him and come and try to stop the curse. So
that'd be awesome.
I'm a little nervous about that, but the J-Man's curse lives. Rory finally broke the streak after about 8 years. And
he sucks. Actually, he played good in Scotch Open last week, but I was gonna say he sucks since. But
yeah, it was not very good.
He's been a baby since. I can tell you that he's been a baby.
Yeah, he's a sore loser, that's for sure.
Yeah,
but Bryson DeChambeau.
Bryson's got the 4th best odds, but I don't like him over there in the weather and in the elements. I don't know. I don't like. I'm sticking with my pick last week. Maybe it's with my heart. It's not Ricky Fowler, even though he's in the field. It's not Ricky.
Is he in the field?
Yeah, he is in the field.
Oh.
It's not Ricky. It's Tommy Fleetwood, who is still looking for his first PGA Tour victory. He's been on Ryder Cup teams. He's won on the European Tour, but the poor guy just heartbreaking loss after heartbreaking loss on the PGA Tour, and he is 7th best odds. So I'm taking Tommy.
he's like a pretty big name. I guess I didn't
Yeah,
realize
good guy.
he
He
never won a PGA Tour event.
He got his heart broken by Keegan Bradley a couple weeks ago, which was cool since Keegan's the captain for the U.S. this year in the Ryder Cup team. Keegan's probably going to be a playing captain, which has rarely happened. So
how do guys become captain?
it gets voted on by some committee or selected or something, but it's a real prestige honor. Like it's a big time deal in the golf world. So we'll see how the Lift golf guys do. John Rahm's third favorite. Betting odds, like I said, Bryson's fourth. Then you got to go down to Tyrell Hatton, which that was my dad's pick. I like Tyrell Hatton. He's a good player. He's always in the mix, but he can't keep his composure. He cusses more than anybody out there. So I don't think he can get it done. Lowry and McIlroy will be the big time hometown favorites since it's in Ireland. So yeah. But it should be fun to watch. I like watching this one because it starts early in the morning, and I love the elements. Because this is one that anybody can win. It seems like it's a lot of times you just get lucky with the weather. So
yeah, it seems like it's always cold, rainy, windy.
Always.
Are they all link style courses, or is this one different?
Yeah, I think they all are link style. I think so. Some maybe a little more than others, but I think they're all. It's Royal Portrush is this one, which last time I was there, I believe, was the year Shane Lowry blitzed the field in 2019. So,
cool.
We'll see. So, all right, back to the birdie or bogey question. We got a few minutes here, so I'll let you kind of ponder it. But what pitcher has pitched in the most All-Star games ever?
Feels like it's a guy that's been around for a long time. It would make sense. Obviously, if he's pitched in the most All-Star games, that would make sense that he pitched for a while. It's not some rando that pitched 6 years or something like that. There were two guys that immediately I thought of when this question was posed. One was Randy Johnson, one was Nolan Ryan, and don't give me. I'm not even looking at you because sometimes your eyes can give away whether.
I'm looking down. So.
I'm gonna go with Randy Johnson.
Great guess.
No, who was it?
The Rocket, Roger Clemens.
Roger Clemens should have
10 appearances.
10. That's a lot for an All-Star game. Now you got to have guys opting out and. Doesn't mean as much as it used to.
I bet he's got to be the only pitcher that's pitched for representing 4 different teams.
It's got to be pretty close. I could see a guy like Max Scherzer because he was with the Tigers. He was with the Nationals. He was traded midseason to the Dodgers. Maybe he wasn't with them. I think he was there for a full year though. Dodgers, maybe Mets. I don't know. Scherzer might be one. But a lot of those guys don't play for 4 different teams if you're that good.
How many Randy pitched for?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Randy always had like the highlights that were shown because he threw over John Kruk's head one time.
Oh, yeah, 93.
Threw over Larry Walker's head, and Walker put his helmet on backwards and went into the right-handed batter's box. And so maybe that's why I was thinking Randy because he had those fun.
Well, he at least made it with, of course, Seattle and Arizona. I'm trying to think if he made it with Montreal or Houston. He's barely in Houston.
Yeah,
he might have been traded to Houston after the deadline.
He might have been. Yeah, that was a big.
And then the Yankees. I don't know if he ever pitched an All-Star game with the Yankees.
I can't imagine he did. That was real late in his career. He was a San Francisco Giant at one time,
and then back to the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, he had a long career. Have you seen? He's a professional photographer, and have you seen his logo?
Yes,
it's pretty. It's a dead bird.
Yep,
it's pretty. It's pretty funny, honestly.
Yep,
it's pretty ironic, but
it's cool to see him and Ken Griffey Jr. being photographers.
Yeah. That is pretty cool. So, anything else you got tonight, T-Dog?
I got nothing. I'm out.
Thanks for watching the Tan and J-Man Show. We'll be back at it next Monday with another episode. Have a great week, everybody.